On the 24th of July 1937, in Yugoslavia, the lower house of parliament narrowly approved a concordat with the Vatican, 24 votes against 22, granting expanded privileges to Catholic churches in the country. The move outraged the Serbian Orthodox Church, whose leader, Patriarch Varnava, died suddenly just hours after the vote, reportedly from heart failure, though rumors of foul play circulated. The decision triggered violent street demonstrations in Belgrade and beyond, and the upper house never ratified the measure, effectively killing the agreement and intensifying sectarian tensions. This moment is remembered as the peak of the Concordatska Concordat crisis. Over in Belgium, Dutch language courses were introduced at the military academy. And in Italy, reports from Rome announced that Elettra Marconi, the 7-year-old daughter of Guglielmo Marconi, here's the whole family on a picture, and Guglielmo was the pioneer of wireless telegraphy, and the daughter was expected to inherit half of his multi-million-dollar estate following his death on July 20th. The story struck an emotional chord worldwide, highlighting both Marconi's legacy and the symbolism of passing scientific heritage to the next generation. While Marconi was long hailed as the father of radio, in 1943 the US Supreme Court controversially recognized Nikola Tesla's earlier claims to the key radio patents. Despite this posthumous ruling, Marconi's legacy in communications and broadcasting remains globally respected. Then over in the US of A, in Alabama, 4 of the 9 Scottsboro boys, a group of young African American men who were falsely accused of raping 2 white women in 1931, were released after 6 years of imprisonment and retrials. Their case had become an international symbol of racial injustice in the American legal system, galvanizing civil rights campaigns and reshaping attitudes toward capital trials for the poor and marginalized. Then CBS Radio Network debuted Hollywood Showcase, a new weekly talent show that provided a platform for undiscovered performers, singers, and actors. And finally, the nation of El Salvador formally withdrew from the League of Nations, joining a small group of countries disillusioned with the organization's perceived ineffectiveness in curbing global conflict and colonial influence. The average temperature in Berlin was 18.6 degrees Celsius, and that's it for the facts today. It looks like we finished a military factory yesterday, so we can allocate another one. We're going to put another one on tanks. We still have about 1,000 of them to upgrade, so yeah, we need a lot more. Damn, 1,000 left to upgrade. That's insane. Ausführung date. Let's check, for example, the Panzer regiment that we have over here. Das Blutdivision, yeah. These guys have none. Yeah, they have 24 of the new tanks, but most of them are still the old tanks. And if I just check the ones we have over in Germany, which we've barely ever looked at, really. So this one, for example, it has 26 of the new ones. And this one has none of the newest ones, actually. Okay, so that's pretty crazy. And this one has 99 of the newest ones. Okay. We also have a few intermediate models like Ausführung C, of course. So that's also something to take into account. Anyway, let's see here. We have to check the supply map for Spain. Yeah, so it looks like people were saying that Madrid is supposed to be the capital now, but it's not. So the whole thing with the supply from Madrid issue is just not a thing. Supply is very good everywhere and should be fine. Then again, we probably still want to take this hub so that we do get supply in Madrid. The only problem here is that we still have unplanned offensive over here. So we could attack, but it's probably going to take a very, very long time. That being said, though, and we also have the benefit of being able to defend with that same modifier here in Madrid. So I think I'm just going to send these guys in. The Spanish troops are already attacking. And even with the modifier being that surrounded, maybe we'll make some progress. Who knows? Then over here, let's just keep watching the battle against the Soviet tank, which is rapidly losing organization. Very, very nice. And they're only at 49% strength now as well. So we're destroying their tanks with infantry. And that's what we like to see over here. For sure. And we're also destroying them with close air support, actually. Doing a decent amount of damage. 16 damage to organization. And 10 damage to strength. Yeah, that's a lot. A lot. I think really they are very key in defeating those tanks, the close air support. Let's also quickly check if our airplanes have arrived over here. I don't think they have. No. How far are they? I know I can check which date they will arrive, but I prefer looking at the map. I think that's more fun. One of them might be very close, actually. Yeah, so we go. That's the time. We got one group of air wings above Fergana over here. I think that might be all of them, actually. Oh, no, they're just really close to each other. Yeah, so the fighters are faster. They're catching up to the tactical bombers. Maybe they've already passed them, even. I think it will be probably another week or so. Also, our volunteer forces will arrive in 3 days. So they will actually be there before the planes, which is interesting. Don't know how they did that. 3 more days for reorganize the Wehrmacht. People are saying in the comments that, and in the Discord, that it's probably a good idea to go for these two. And I think I do tend to agree. I also got informed by the comments that apparently the consumer goods that we gain here can be offset by capitulating other countries and taking their gold reserves, because that will reduce consumer goods factories again. So we will not be doing these until we start capitulating a number of countries in a row. So basically not until we go to war with Poland, I think. These infrastructure ones are nice, but like we'll only do them if we have really nothing else to do. As for Anschluss, yeah, minimal progress. I heard though that there's supposed to be an event at some point that will lower the requirements for it. Oh, and this new Panzer Division, by the way, has only the newest tanks in it, so that's going to be a really good one. A really, really good one. Okay, I also am interested in developing some motorized infantry soon-ish, like definitely before we go to war with Poland. That will be important for the Bewegungskrieg. I will need some very fast divisions that don't necessarily have to be strong. They're just for encircling. Anything else I want to talk about today? No, I don't think so. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.